Hey guys! Welcome back to another lesson on exam preparation. A common way to study for an exam is to form a study group, which can be really effective with the right techniques. We'll take some time today to talk about the benefits of group study. We'll then cover a couple of things we should avoid when studying in a group. Finally, we'll jot down some steps to create the best study group to ace those exams. Let's get started. When we think about studying, we may imagine ourselves tucked away in a corner alone for hours on end, but this doesn't always have to be the case. Studies have shown that there are a number of reasons why we should study in a group. One of the best reasons is that group study gives us a chance to practice retrieval. Retrieval is the act of trying to remember, recall, or retrieve information from our memory. Rather than repeatedly rereading something, a study group gives us the chance to discuss the content with our group members. This forces us to retrieve the information from our memories, which helps it stick. This makes us less reliant on our notes and more confident that we actually understand the content on a deeper level. As they say, teaching something to someone else is the best form of learning. Study groups can also help us identify the topics we know back to front and those that are gaps. We might not like the idea of a mind blank in front of our friends, but that's normal. Group study is a great place to ask questions and clarify those concepts that we aren't as strong on. Different people start out stronger in different topics, so group members can exchange what they know and strengthen the group overall. Now let's talk about what we should avoid when studying in a group. These points can really harm the productivity of the group if left unchecked. Firstly, the lead up to an exam can be stressful, so we may be prone to compare ourselves to others. We may be hard on ourselves if we haven't memorized as much content as our friend. The best way to beat this mindset is to understand that studying is a process of growth that looks different for everyone. Rather than seeing group members as competitors, think of them as allies who have the same goal of smashing this exam and work together to improve. Secondly, a major downside of study groups is the possibility of having too much irrelevant chatter. Studying in groups is social in nature, but that doesn't mean an hour should be wasted talking about the latest TV show or what we did on the weekend. Although chatter is good during a study break, it's important that we don't slip up and procrastinate. So, study groups need to have a few things in order to be productive. Let's go through some simple steps to create an effective study group. So, first things first, we need a time and place. Make sure that the time is consistent so people don't forget when the study group is on or make other plans. In terms of place, it can be held at someone's house or a private room in a library. Study groups require lots of talking, so avoid loud places like cafes or the open part of the library. Generally, the best study group should have a maximum of 5 people. Large study groups lead to too much time and effort spent on managing the group and telling everyone to stay focused. So in this case, less is definitely more. We can save lots of time if we prepare an agenda for a study group. The agenda can include the topics to be covered, which group member is in charge of what topic, and the method of revision or practice. It should be specific. Are we trying to teach each other the content, quizzing each other, or doing practice questions? This should change depending on how close the exam is. Check out our lesson on making a study plan to see why. So, having a plan ensures time is being spent as effectively as possible. Depending on what's on the agenda, every person should be ready to contribute. If you're trying to teach each other, this means catching up on the textbook or writing syllabus notes before the session. If you're quizzing each other, each person should generate a list of their own quiz questions for the day. Not only does prior preparation ensure the session runs smoothly, it's a form of individual study in itself. And finally, rest breaks are key to a good study group session, so make sure that the group gets some sunshine and tunes out for around 5 to 10 minutes at hourly intervals. And that's it for this lesson. We've learned that studying in groups can be beneficial for our learning, as long as we don't get distracted. Here are a few questions to pause and reflect on. So, we can see that studying in groups can help us practice retrieval and identify gaps in our knowledge. We should see them as a chance to work together with others to improve. We can ensure they're effective if we set a plan for every group study session, prepare beforehand, and take adequate rest breaks. As long as all group members work together, then the content can be easily covered before stepping into that exam room. See you later!